Hey everybody, thanks for visiting our series on for power users. This is Tips for Power Users by Martin Kelleher from IT Tech Consulting. Today we're going to be talking about Google Chrome and pinning the browser tabs for faster internet browsing. So this is a well-kept secret. Unfortunately, Google Chrome didn't really advertise this very much, but it is for the power user and the multitasker. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at pinning browser tabs in Google Chrome. Okay, welcome back to our Power Users Tips series. Today's Power User tip is for Google Chrome and for faster internet browsing. So, let's say you're a multitasker like I am, and whenever you open up a browser, specifically Google Chrome, we're going to talk about Google Chrome only because this feature is only available on Google Chrome. I'm sure the others will follow because this is really a very slick feature. So imagine that when you browse, there are always certain websites that you have open and you keep open at all times, right? For me, I like to have Google open. I like to have IT Tech Consulting open. That's my company. I want to have Twitter open so I can post a tweet, Facebook open so I can monitor Facebook, the business site. I like to have YouTube open. I do a lot of searches on YouTube. Plus, I may want to watch a how-to tutorial, and of course, I keep Gmail open to monitor my email. So I keep all those tabs open. So in the past, I would have to, open up my browser, and then, go look for those. Now, certainly, I could bookmark those, right? That would be the fastest way without this technique is to bookmark those and then open them all up and just keep them open and then go about my business, whatever applications I might be working on. Maybe I'm doing some graphic arts work or whatever, but I'm going to want to have those web pages open so that I can get to them in a matter of seconds rather than having to wait for the browser to locate the URL and return the HTML markup language in the form of the web page. So how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, I want you to look at my taskbar down here. Right now, I have a couple things open: Camtasia, which I'm using to create this how-to video, and then I also have Skype for Business. So I use Skype for Business quite a bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and change my status on Skype for Business and make it so that I'm not available, but that I am busy. Okay. So there's that, and you'll notice that I do not have any browsers open. Firefox, Chrome, or Internet Explorer, or in this case Edge, are not open. So what happens when I open up Chrome? Well, let's take a look. Well, what happens is that all those web pages that I told you about open automatically. Here's IT Tech Consulting, of course. Here's our Twitter page. Here's our Facebook page. Here's our YouTube channel. And here's
looking at
let me
products
close that. And here's our Gmail account, right? Or one of my Gmail accounts. So I have all those are open, and notice how small the tabs are. That's because I use something called pin the tab. So if I open up a regular tab, you'll notice the normal size of it. And so if each one of these was open in normal size, you'd notice that all the tabs would pretty much fill the browser. But in this case, what I've done is I've pinned the tabs. How do we go ahead and do that? Well, let's pick a new website. Let's go ahead and pick Planet 9. Okay, sorry about that. I had a slight bit of technical difficulty. We are going to look at a new web page, and I'm going to choose Planet 9 Sales. It's a website that our company created for a manufacturer's rep agency here in Chicago. Planet 9 Sales.net. Encourage you to go check out this company. Okay, so here's our homepage. Regular navigation. You've got some policy disclaimers. You've got some MP3s playing here. You've got their social media. Regular standard page. But this isn't a page that I go to frequently. Whereas I do go to these other pages frequently. But let's pretend for a second that this is a page that I go to on the regular, and that I want it open, and that I want it fast. For example, right now, back to my Facebook tweet, I'm right back there, right? All these pages that I have pinned are open and quick. Just basically, I have to click on this tab and I'm there. I'm into the website, okay? So how would I do that? So we want to make P9, Planet9Sales.net. We want to pin this tab. We want to be able to get to this web page frequently. Well, the first thing that's important about pinning a web pages, make sure that they use a favicon. Okay, here we've taken the P9 logo and we actually created a different logo for the favicon. You can see it's the same logo, just a different color scheme. It looks better on the tab. And so you'll also notice that here, IT Tech Consulting, we use the hamburger, the menu bar, for our favicon. Twitter uses the little bird, Facebook uses the F, YouTube uses the play button, and of course Google uses the color G. Gmail uses the M envelope. So because this has a favicon, that'll make it easy for us. Now you don't have to have a favicon to pin a website to the tab, but it makes looking for it later easier, right? If they didn't have a favicon P9, I might not be able to figure out, well, which tab is it that I want. Of course, by process of elimination I could, but you'll see what I mean when I pin this tab. So how do you go about pinning this website so that it's always available? Simply come up to the tab and right click on it. You get a drop down menu and one of the options is Pin Tab. We've probably all seen this a million times when we did a bookmark or something, but we never really knew what Pin Tab does. Well, here's what it does. If I click Pin Tab, notice it shrinks the tab down and leaves just the favicon. So I know that this is P9 because I can see the P9 logo here. So if I want to get to P9 quickly, I simply click on P9. So let me go ahead and close Chrome. Notice it didn't give me the error message, oh, you're about to close 7 tabs. It knows that you've pinned the tab, so those tabs are going to be available when I reopen it. So I want to see P9. All I have to do is open up Chrome and P9 is going to appear. Now you notice that it's loading them in order. So there's P9, it's loaded, and the web page is right there for me. So that's a very handy tip for you power users out there that maybe have many web pages open at a time and you like to keep those web pages open, and those are going to be your standards. I still have the ability to hit another tab and go to a new site, but right now my favorites are pinned and I get to them rather quickly simply by, whoops, I really want to play that Joe Satriani song, don't I? But I simply can get to my favorite websites by clicking on the Open or Pin tab. Okay, so thank you for visiting IT Tech Consulting, the Power User Series, and we hope that these tips have been helpful. Thank you, and come again.